Hey there YouTube, this is 101 Bronson back here again um, with a Sylvester Stallone DVD collection update. I have previously, 2 years ago already, I checked it, uploaded my Sylvester Stallone DVD collection, and since in the 2 years since that video I've gained quite a few new Sylvester Stallone movies on DVD and Blu-ray. Some of them rare, some of them not that rare, some of them crappy, some of them good. Let's go over them. I'm recording this right after my last few videos, which were live streams of video games. So my favorite video games, Jak and Daxter, Curse Legacy and Jak 2. I'm currently I just made a start to the Jak 2 playthrough, so I'm going to continue with that, but since this channel started with movies and everything, and it's basically, for me, movies is my life and video games, it's part of it, but it's not as much as movies. But despite having said that, I love movies just as much as I love games. It's just that the movies just take up a bigger part of my life. So without further ado, the update to the Sylvester Stallone DVD collection and Blu-ray. Starting off with one that I actually got yesterday, believe it or not. Avenging Angelo. Now, I haven't seen it yet. I'm planning on watching it tonight. So I cannot tell you anything about it. I've heard mostly negative things about it, but hey, I've also mostly heard negative things about Rhinestone and Oscar and some other movies with Stallone that I actually enjoy. Over the Top. That's one of my favorite Stallone movies. A lot of people hate on that film. So I'm gonna check it out for myself and comment on it myself. So next up, the Blu-ray of Bullet to the Head, with co-starring Jason Momoa, aka Aquaman. I actually enjoyed this film. It's not a great film by any means. It's not a bad film. It's somewhere in the middle. Like, it's decent, right? It's a decent time waster. I didn't really mind the film that much. I thought it was okay. And this one I already had, but it's upgraded to Blu-ray, Copland. This is the director's cut from Germany, director's cut and the theatrical. Of course, I'm gonna go for the director's cut. Is it actually two versions? I know it's one disc, but it contains two versions, the director's cut and theatrical. But yeah, check it out. This is one of the best Stallone movies. I mean, you got a great cast. Besides Stallone, you got Harvey Keitel, Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Frank Vincent even has a little part in it. May he rest in peace. Yeah, check it out. It's a great movie. Next up, the latest Creed movie, Creed 2. I got this one from the UK actually. Yeah, Ivan Drago is back in this one. Yeah, it's right there. There we go. There, Ivan Drago with his son. So it's not only just a sequel to to Creed 1, but it's also a sequel to Rocky 4. I love the Creed movies. I don't care what anybody says. I love the Creed movies. I love Michael B. Jordan. I don't think he has as good of charisma or screen presence as Stallone, or even the character that was his father, Carl Weathers, as Apollo Creed. But I think he's fine, you know, I like him. I like Tessa Thompson. I recently watched a video where she got a lot of flack from some reviewers, let's say. But I like Creed 2, and let's continue. Next up is Daylight, which was the film he did right before Copland. I actually really dug this movie. It has its problems, pacing issues here and there, but overall I thought it was a pretty good movie. Excuse me. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Unlike this movie, Driven, this one I really didn't dug at all. It has Stallone as a ex-racer. I don't even remember it. a lot about it. I don't know, he was like an ex-race driver, he was like retired or something. You got Burt Reynolds. I remember he was paralyzed in the movie, he was in a wheelchair. The late great Burt Reynolds, may he rest in peace, right? You got Kip Pardue, I never heard of him. Til Schweiger, I know him from Inglourious Bastards. Gina Gershon, I know. Other than that, not a particularly memorable cast. Even from the director of Cliffhanger, I mean, it should have been good, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. This probably ranks up for me as one of the worst Stallone movies, or it's the worst. I don't know. Maybe one day when I do a ranking of all his movies, I'm gonna actually make that statement, but it's up there. Okay. Next up, this one I did enjoy, Detox. It also has an alternate title, ICU. That's not I as in the letter I, that's I in like I, you know, EYE, you know. It has its issues, but overall I thought this was okay. Decent time waste. I thought Stallone did a pretty good job acting wise in it, especially in the first 30 minutes where something happens to his character. I'm not going to spoil it for if you haven't seen it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was, you can watch it, no problem. It's not gonna shatter the earth or anything, or it's not gonna, it's okay. It's just a decent time waster, you know. Next up, the first movie he did post Rocky 1, that is, Fist, on Blu-ray. This one I did like. Again, there are some issues here and there with it, and having recently also watched movies like The Irishman and Hoffa, this is similar because it's basically all three movies are about Jimmy Hoffa, even though Stallone's character is named Johnny Kovac, so it's not exactly Jimmy Hoffa, but he kind of is playing Jimmy Hoffa in this movie. So if you like The Irishman and Hoffa with Jack Nicholson, you might like this movie. It's a different take on it a little bit, change things around. Overall I did like it, but like I said, there are some issues with it. The pacing is a little slow at times, and but other than that, I thought he did pretty good in the movie. Of course, critics didn't think so, but alright. Next up, Get Carter. I also got this one last week. I just wanted to check it out for myself. The cover's a little damaged, but also wanted to check this one out for myself because a lot of people also call this one of Stallone's worst movies. I thought it was okay. Just like with Detox, it's not going to shatter the earth, nor should it have to. It's just a decent time wasting. Not even that particularly long, 99 minutes. It's not even 100 minutes. Action flick, you can watch it, it's no problem. I mean, it's not for everybody. If you don't like it, that's okay. I'm okay with it. I can live with that movie. Next up, one of my favorite Stallone movies, Lock Up. Co-starring Donald Sutherland and who else is in this? John Amos from Die Hard 2. Frank McRae, who's actually also in quite a few other Stallone movies, and I remember him best from Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the police captain in that movie. Oh, Sonny Landham is also in this, who you know from Predator with Schwarzenegger as Billy. Okay. Lock Up, underrated movie, love it. That's pretty much all I have to say. Well, I love that movie. Next up, also from Germany, Paradise Alley. This is a German title. No, this is Paradise Alley, the second film he did after Rocky, and this one didn't really do that well, and afterwards he had to make Rocky 2 to get the success of his career back. Otherwise he might not have had Stallone as such a big name anymore. If he continued to do a sequel to this, it wouldn't have really worked. But no, Paradise Alley, it's one of the first roles for what's his name? Armand Assante. Um, this is the first movie Stallone directed. This is partly the reason why they let him direct Rocky 2. Because he, even though the movie didn't do so well, they had faith in him as a director from this movie. So if it didn't do anything else, it at least did that. And yeah, I didn't particularly care for this movie. That ranks among some of the lesser Sly movies, you know. Next up, I already had these movies on DVD and I got rid of the DVDs because I now have, again through my friends in Germany, the Rambo trilogy on Blu-ray. First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3. Great picture quality, fully loaded extra wise, you know, DVD commentaries by Stallone on the first movie, featurettes on all three movies, even Rambo 3, which I thought was kind of surprising because Rambo 3 usually gets the most shit out of all Rambo movies. Oh, and since that video I did 2 years ago about the Stallone movies, I said in that video I believe that Rambo 3 is my least favorite. It still kind of is, but it's really grown on me and I do really like Rambo 3 now, if that's worth anything. You know, I mean, gee, I don't know. Let's just say I don't hate that movie whatsoever. It's just if I have all the Rambo movies and I had to say that one is like at the bottom, it would be Rambo 3. Because, I don't know, First Blood is my favorite, then I would go for Rambo 4. Or just Rambo, that's the title of it. And then I would go for First Blood Part 2. And then I would go for, actually, coming up next, Rambo Last Blood. And then I would go Rambo 3. I think that would be the ranking, but that's another topic for another video. You know, rank the Rambo movies. I'm definitely gonna do that someday. Okay, but next up is Rambo Last Blood, the most recent, crap I dropped it, the most recent movie in the Rambo saga. I saw it in theaters. I really wanted to see it in theaters. I wanted to see Sly as Rambo in the theaters at least one time. I never got to see the other Rambo movies in theaters because I'm still young, and by the time the previous Rambo came out before this, you know, Rambo 4 in 2008, I wasn't really old enough to see the film yet. I actually tried to go, but I didn't get in, so anyway, I did get to see this and I loved it. I disagree with all the negative reviews on the film. I actually think this is a fitting end to Rambo. I thought this was a great final chapter in the saga. I liked it. If you don't, that's perfectly okay, but I do. Okay. Next up, I got this one some time ago. I believe it was last year somewhere. Also from Germany. Germany has, in my opinion, is one of the best countries in releasing movies on Blu-ray and DVD and with extras and everything. Because where else can you find Rhinestone on Blu-ray, right? Fucking Rhinestone on Blu-ray. I had a hard time finding a DVD anywhere, let alone a Blu-ray. But then I went to Germany and there was the Blu-ray. I was like, hey, that's Rhinestone. Yep, I got Rhinestone on Blu-ray. Not particularly a good Sly movie, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I really enjoy the film. It's, for me, it's one of my favorite so bad it's good movies. So yeah, Rhinestone on Blu-ray. And last up, I actually have this one also on DVD now. Somebody gave it to me. He's like, hey, you're a Sly fan, right? And I'm like, yeah, I got this movie here, you can have it. But I was like, well, I already planning on getting the Blu-ray, but yeah, got it anyway. And then I actually went to the store in Germany where I go, and they had it on Blu-ray for $5. So I have this one twice, The Specialist, on DVD and Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is up in the shelves with the Sly collection, but the DVD, I mean, this is Blu-ray. But the Blu-ray I keep, I wanted to show you the DVD I have upstairs. I like The Specialist. It's actually among the Sly Stallone movies for me. It's like right up there. I would kind of put it like after movies like Cliffhanger and Demolition Man. Slightly above Assassins and where I don't know. Like I said, that's a different video for a different day, right? And there you have it, the Sly Stallone movies that I now own, updated with the rest of the Sly movies that you already saw in the previous video 2 years ago. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. What's next for me? I am gonna continue streaming Jack 2 later on tonight. Before I do that, I might record now a couple of DVD, a couple of movie related / DVD related videos like this. Because I distinctly remember saying 2 years ago when I did the Sly Stallone collection video that next up would be the Jean-Claude Van Damme DVDs that I own. And I think it's about time that I make up on that, so after this I expect to see some Jean-Claude Van Damme. And so thank you all for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe. Comment below what is your favorite Sylvester Stallone movie. I'm kind of curious to hear some people's thoughts about Sly, because he's one of my favorite actors. And do you like Rhinestone? Maybe there's more than just one person on earth that actually has a fondness for Rhinestone. Maybe that's you. Let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and so long for now.